Front cover of the zine. At the top of the page, purple bold text reads, "Speak Out E-Zine." The central image shows stones painted with letters spelling out the word compassion, lying on a pebble beach surrounded by painted stones that also read kindness and breathe. One of them has a painted mushroom on it, one of them a sun, and some of them some colourful patterns. Below text reads, Edition number 2, Compassion, a collection of art and poetry for survivors by survivors.
The first page shows a drawing by Sally Ann of a woman standing backwards with her hair turning into a rainbow filled with colourful flowers. At the top, a message from the author written in white reads, "Behind all the darkness, you are still a wonderful, colourful rainbow."
The second page of the zine is a poem titled New Beginnings in the Sunrise by Libby Jenner, taken from her books Wings Unfurled. In the background, you can see a picture of Brighton Pier and the sky, taken by Sienna Marie. New Beginnings in the Sunrise. Poetry flows out of the colors in the sunset and rests upon the silk-cloth waves that the horizon gushes teal and saffron over. Ethereal phrases dip their vowels into the liquid sky, and a crest of delicacy serenades the words. In this moment, the words softly spoken to my body are as gentle as these waves. I glow like the setting sun, and I'll continue to glow through the dark. I am more than the pretty pigments of the sunset. I am divine, I am washed in creativity. Kind threads sew my insecurities closed. Love has seeped from the slithers of light and absorbed itself into my skin, and I accept myself for all that I am. I am loved, I am creative, I am content, I am moving forward, I am waiting for new beginnings in the sunrise. And then she sets, sleeping into dusk, as the moon begins her night shift. The waves continue to be gentle, forever flowing, because they have their moon to cast a glittering sheen on their ebbing darkness.
The third page of the zine is divided in two. At the top, on a scrappy notebook-style background, the poem titled Better Days Are Coming by Lorna Kimpton. Here's Lorna reading the poem.
Better days are coming. Somewhere in the distance, just out of sight, past all the darkness, there is a light. I know you cannot see it yet, but I promise it is there. One day it will come to you, as if out of nowhere. I can see it in your eyes, how hard everything is, but I can say with certainty that it won't always be like this. I know with all my heart, better days are coming your way. The darkness will be lifted, and the light will brighten your day. I know you are exhausted and want to give up the fight, but you have to keep believing that up ahead there is a light. It's going to bring you freedom, peace, and happiness. One day in the future, not too far away, the light will come out of nowhere and drown out all the darkness.
In the second half of the page, the following text by an anonymous contributor reads, I attend the self-compassion group at Survivors Network. And what I realised was that the closer I got to self-compassion, the closer I got to myself. This is some of what self-compassion is for me. Softness, gentleness, being kind to myself, finding my pace, not telling myself off, reflecting and learning instead of criticising. Enjoy comfort food, beans on toast, tea and biscuits, jacket potatoes. Blankets and candles, forgiving mistakes, singing badly and not caring, keeping it simple, easy smiles with friends, bare feet on grass, stopping, being, breathing, being, taking a moment to reply.
The fourth page of the zine is composed of two photographs by Tim Adwick. On the top right corner, a picture showing a narrow pathway with shadows cast by metal railings on the ground. This is bordered by greenery on one side and fencing on the other. Next to it, you can find a message saying, "Sometimes you can feel trapped, but there's people who care and can support you to break free." On the bottom left-hand corner, a picture showing a dimly lit, narrow concrete tunnel with a damp floor leads to an open, bright exit at the far end. The walls appear weathered and stained, and a small vent is visible on the left wall near the exit. Next to it on the left is a message saying, "Keep hold of the light. It is all about keeping going. We are survivors and we are warriors, so please keep hold of the light."
The fifth page of the zine is an illustration by Lisa Siaman. It's a faceless blue human figure, lying down, tearing open their chest and white flowers emerging from their body. The background is dark red. At the top, in green, a quote by the author reads, "Compassion is to open up a part of yourself."
The sixth page is a text titled Letters to My Future Self by Trogaskis. At the top, you can find the following content and trigger warnings. Mentions of abuse/assault, not directly stated but implied. The text reads, Letters to my future self. Right now, a pit has been dug, right where everything you knew yourself to be, 6 foot, dirt tossed out onto official reports and police calls. And now there's not even handfuls to put back into place. But at some point, maybe next July or early September, you realise you laugh again, without a cold bitterness seeping into you, that they will never know what it's like. When your friends ask you if you're doing okay, you will mean it when you say yes. By now, the guilt would have lessened, and maybe the anger hasn't yet, but it's quieter now than it was. You've danced since, and one night you stopped looking around for who could be there, and now you never do. You'll walk home with your friends, the sunlight creeping into the day, and when you walk through the front door, your kitchen will no longer feel hostile, and neither will your bed, because you sleep next to a better man now. Your sister will tell you that you've finally gained weight back into your hips. And when someone tells you that you see the good in people, you no longer see it as a consequence. Maybe you don't stop considering how unfair it is that everyone can be spared the details, but the time between those thoughts have grown. At this point, you would have to forgive yourself over and over and over again. But now you no longer do, because you finally realize you shouldn't seek forgiveness for loving someone. You've slowly started to pour love back into yourself, because you offer yourself compassion and kindness in a way that you didn't before. You've learnt to love again, and this time you know what it is, kind and gentle. You will stop feeling lonely at coffee with your friends. You'll be able to sit in silence again, and now when you do, you don't think of him. You've rebuilt yourself over and over and over again, and you keep doing it, and at some point you'll notice how the pit is filling up again. With shared cigarettes and pub gardens, stress essays, lie-ins when you said you'd get up early, starting the gym, wait, never mind, brunch dates, long walks that you still consider hikes, card games, new skincare routines, check-ins, check-outs, on the meds, off the meds, meeting the parents, makeups after fights, still interrupting but really, really trying not to, wiping away tears that aren't yours and are yours, tears made by other hands, beach sunsets and club dancing. And with it all, breathing has become easy again. After the text, a message from the author. Living will become easy again, I promise.
The seventh page is a text by Liv Amber Rose, taken from her book, Love a Girl. At the top of the page, you can find the following triggering content warning: exploring depression, trauma, and swear word. What is wrong with me? Is a question I used to ask myself often. I open a door to a myriad of complexing and self-deprecating thoughts. It led me down a road that was only paved with hate and disappointment. Thankfully, I ask this question less these days, but it still crops up now and then. So, what does it mean now? I'm wholeheartedly prouder of myself now. I can see with a beautiful dose of hindsight how much I have had to overcome. Overcome is a strange word. It implies you went over something, when instead there is no over, or under, there is just through. You cannot go round. You cannot escape your path. So, through you must go. Overcome, yes, but came through? Fought till the bitter, brutal end? Abso-fucking-lutely. I like myself more now. Never thought I'd say that and mean it. Sometimes, however, I don't like how I let people treat me. I question, have I come this far, learnt this much, healed from all I have, to allow new whims of ways people can hurt me? I think I need to be a little softer on myself. I love people, I care deeply, and it comes naturally. So, in turn, I can sometimes be left wide open for people to hurt me. So, I get hurt. But not because I am weak and endure the sharp knives of people's own trauma, because I just let them, but I believe people are good and are trying. I refuse to give up on people. I refuse to let the worst ways they work be what defines them. There have been people who have not given up on me in the past. They are my most prized possessions. So I may get a little hurt, but I am strong and I see past the ways the world made you cold.
The 8th page is an illustration by Foxyban, depicting a figure with a pink face and a black hat with 2 playing cards on it. The background is a chaotic mix of vertical lines in various colors. The speech bubble says, "Shot me down, but got up," tied to a red balloon that touches the mouth. At the bottom, in red, a message by the author. Compassion starts within. Forgive yourself. You survived.
The 9th page is a poem by V titled Wild and Free. Although she rid of her captor, he still controls her every move. Stagnant, still, timid, scared to trust. But she believes and she knows she will set herself free. Wild and free. After the poem, a message by the author. You are brave. You are strong. You are amazing. You are powerful. Your voice matters. Stay hopeful. Transmute your pain into something wonderful that can help, uplift, and inspire others. I stand in solidarity with you on your journey, and I believe you. The background is an illustration of a birdcage in dreamy light pink colours.
The 10th page is a text titled A Session by Temesis Conway, Everything Red. At the top, you can find the following triggering content warning: humans harming others and shouting, loud speaking in voice recording.
A session. I cried a lot, realised a lot, and let a lot of wounds resurface and heal again. But this time smaller and more aligned than before. Although rehashing wounds isn't always the one, this time it allowed for a cleaner scar. The most eye-opening moment for me was learning the root of my fear. A fear of humans and their power of destruction, to harm intentionally. I've had this drone of fear for so long, it lives rent-free within me. I've felt sensitive to anything that loosely relates to it, but I never really knew what it was. But in this space, the words finally came to me. It came with no name, and then it made sense. Angry at how patriarchy has harmed our mothers. Mothers who have birthed our oppressors, who have harmed those who look just like the mothers who have birthed our oppressors, who have harmed those who look just like the mothers who have birthed our oppressors, who have harmed those who look just like the mothers who have birthed our oppressors, who have harmed those who look just like the mothers who have birthed our oppressors, who have harmed those who look just like the mothers who have birthed our oppressors, who have harmed those who look just like the mothers who have birthed our oppressors, who have harmed those who look just like the mothers who have birthed our oppressors, who have harmed those who look just like the mothers, who have birthed our oppressors, who have harmed those who look just like the mothers. And the cycle repeats. If you are a mother, choose healing. If you are an oppressor, choose Healing. Choose the path of healing. Break the cycle. This is a poem brought by Tamesis Conway from Everything Red. Thank you for listening, and so much love to you all.
After the text, a message by the author. There is light at the end of the tunnel. I believe in you, and I believe you. In the background, there is a picture of Worthing's Burning Beach by Sienna Marie.
The 11th page is a poem by Kat Burton. At the top, you can find the following trigger/content warning: abusers, domestic and sexual abuse, and trauma therapy. The poem reads, "To all you abusers, haters, you liars and you fakers, thank you. Thanks for making me strong. Thanks for helping me see where I didn't belong. Thanks for the domestic abuse, it made it much easier to cut you loose. The narcissistics, the emotional and sexual abusers, I see you all too. Again, thank you. After so many, many hours of practice, I hold no hate, no anger, nor malice. You helped me become the queen of my mental health, helped me see and believe in myself. I've acquired such a strong resilience, quit all of the abusive coping mechanisms I used to numb my existence, without any assistance. I learned some of life's hardest lessons, spent the last 3 years of my life having trauma-informed therapy sessions, changed everything. I'm no longer in survival mode. I've worked on myself, forgiven myself. You see, I have compassion for myself. I no longer blame myself. I was not at fault. I'm surviving, somewhat thriving. Life finally feels exciting. Good or bad, happy or sad, whatever impact you had on my life, I wish you well."
The 12th page is a vibrant, colourful illustration by Stay Sweet Acid Baby that features bold flowers and foliage. Amidst the greenery, 3 people holding signs advocating for union rights and equality. In the top right, the poster reads, "Women are perfect," with a portrait of a thoughtful child. Text below reads, "Stay sweet, acid baby."
The 13th page is a poem by J.L. At the top, you can find the following trigger warning: mention of trauma. With the help of specialized teams, I hope one day to follow my dreams, to feel genuine happiness without a fake smile, to say I'm fine and mean it, although this may take a while. I'm so thankful for the team at Survive. They have taught me how to feel my feelings and that it's okay to thrive. Sure, it will take time, but that is okay. It's about one step in front of the other, and that self-love will show you the way. So whatever your trauma, know you're not alone, for no matter how little it may seem, you too have shown that you're not a victim, but survivor instead. It's time to follow your heart and get out of your head. The team at Survive will be there to take your call. They can teach you to feel, to ground yourself when you feel you may fall. So take your time and let Survive help you through. And nobody deserves happiness after trauma more than you. Below, you can find a message from the author. Being a survivor myself, I can understand how hard it is to not only live through, but live with such trauma. One thing that helped me was knowing I was not alone. Learning that not everyone will turn me away if I need help. It's also okay to allow yourself to feel your emotions, as it's okay not to be okay, and to let your mask slip and show your vulnerable side. Survive, especially in my local area, helped me realize this and helped me understand that I should love myself and it was okay to say no and demand to be heard, as it isn't selfish to take care of yourself as well as you may do to others. Remember how far you have come. You are here, you are okay, and you are enough. But more importantly, you're not a victim, you're a survivor. So stand tall and be proud of the survivor you are.
The 14th page is a text by Liv Amber Rose, taken from her book Lover Girl. It's titled "The Place We Go to Survive." At the top, you can find the following trigger/content warning: heartbreak. The place we go to survive, inspired by my mum, my best friend. You must go somewhere in your mind when life gets too much. A place you visit for a moment that lets you breathe. Picture it, just allow yourself to be there. I am stood on the quiet end of Brighton and Hove seafront, towards the Hove Lagoon. I used to live along that shore. It is peaceful and the world stops there. Nothing can hurt me there. Nothing can get to me there. I am looking out upon the pebbly beach and out onto the ocean. The sun is setting and it's a winter night. Not too cold to comfortably stand, but enough for a cozy chill. The world cannot hurt me here. I am home. So when things get too much, when I feel restless and my mind races a million terrible thoughts, and my stomach drops with each earth-shattering revelation, and my body starts to not feel like my own again, I will come here, to my little part of the sea, where it is calm and the occasional dog walker lets their dog loose, and they run up to me to show me their toy, to then run off again, following their owner. This is where my world stops. This is where my mind can rest. Where do you visit when the world, your thoughts, get all too much? The background is an image of the Lansing sunset by Sienna Marie.
The 15th page shows us an illustration by Gianna Mullane of a woman with long brown textured hair seen from behind wearing a maroon bikini. The background has handwritten text swirling around her. The text is faint and mostly illegible, and the woman has cracks on her body resembling Kintsukori golden repairs. At the top of the page, the accompanying text that references the image reads: "The artwork submitted is inspired by Kintsukori golden repair, the Japanese art of repairing broken pottery with powdered gold. Titled Cracked Porcelain, it reflects on my journey towards healing. When I first embarked on this journey, I mourned the old version of myself, the one who was free of trauma and triggers. I missed her. Now deeper into my healing journey, I realize that my experiences and my efforts to heal from them have crafted the woman I am today. A woman who is much more than she used to be. A woman who is stronger, more resilient, and kinder to herself. It is not without these cracks that I would have had the opportunity to become this new version of myself that I am honored to know. Learning to treat myself with kindness and compassion is one of the lessons I am most grateful for. While the journey of a survivor is painful in ways you cannot describe, there will come a day where the fight will end and you will glow. With time, attention, and patience, cracks can be mended. When dusted with gold, they become a beautiful part of your history, your journey of life."
The 16th page is an illustration by Stay Sweet Acid Baby. It's a neon pink background with wavy amorphous purple shapes. In the centre, a purple silhouette of an arm and hand extends upwards between a pair of legs. The overall design has a psychedelic, fluid appearance, blending shapes and colours seamlessly.
The 17th page is a poem by Lorna Kimpton titled To Little Me from Me. The background is a white block note.
Too little me from me. I know you feel like everything people say and do to you diminishes your worth, and everything suggests you are never good enough. But one day I hope you can see that I am so proud of you and grateful for everything that you have done for you and for me. You should have been playing and enjoying life, but instead you were overwhelmed with troubles and strife. As much as you wanted to, you never gave up, and look at you now, all grown up. I know that it has been really, really tough, but I can assure you, you have done enough. So you have my permission to go and rest, knowing you have done your absolute best. So, little me, go and enjoy your life without any fear, knowing I have got it from here. With all of my love, pride and gratitude, go and live your life the way you never could.
The 18th page is a poem by Elizabeth Shane titled Interwoven Threads, taken from their book Behind the Mask. "Sit with me," she whispered. "Help me gather the strength to take my footsteps onwards, out of these tangled webs." Rest in downy softness, my sweet one. Take each breath. Inhale the kindness. Listen with compassion. For each petal you shed in doubt, a new one shall flourish. When your body is surrounded by swirling darkness, the light is there beside you, fighting the battles inside that plague the mind into uncertainty. I witness your search for answers, for clarity, to unlock the secrets of the past. Sometimes it is not our dimension to understand all that was. The interwoven threads that bind are inherently strong. They may seem inseparable, part of you deeply entwined from shadows of stories given. It is not a flaw to have been bound by silence, for a fearful heart takes time to heal. You are no longer encumbered by spinning strands. Your voice has broken each layer, one by one. In truth, through darkness, with courage. You have given colour to the fabric adorned upon you and shone the beacon for others. In times of weariness, allow these thoughts to resonate with tenderness. Your life holds special value, an important place in this world. Far and wide, there are many who stand with you. You may ponder who will carry you through, but know this, it has always been you. After the poem, a message by the author reads, Holding compassion for yourself is not failure or weakness. It is witness to your strength for all you have survived. You are your own hero. In the background, there is an image of a 400-year-old beach in Clapham Woods, Worthing, taken by Sienna Marie.
The 19th page is a drawing by Sally Ann of a winged figure with colourful, elaborate butterfly wings. The figure is positioned on a slant with a featureless face. The background is filled by dynamic brushstrokes in various shades.
The final page once again shows us the pebbles spelling out compassion on a background of a photograph taken by Sienna Marie of the South Downs. The writing, written by Sienna, reads,
Compassion, noun, a strong feeling of sympathy and sadness for the suffering or bad luck of others and a wish to help them. As someone prone to talking badly to myself, I found this Cambridge Dictionary definition for compassion helpful and am managing to change my thinking by reciting it over my dark thoughts. 5 years ago, I finally spoke out and got some help. On my journey, nature has always been my safe place where I can go be with my thoughts and warm my heart with greenery and water. This background image is of Blackdown, the highest point in Sussex, where you can see 3 counties merge. A huge step for me was reporting with the help from Survivors Network, again changing my internal narrative from powerless to having a helpful action plan. It's been quite a journey of ups and downs, but I can say with honesty that I actually feel comfortable inside my body and can quieten the voice in my mind. I also trust that everything's actually going to be okay. It had been many years since I felt it was safe to hope again. You can survive and even thrive. Thank you, Survivors Network, for all your assistance and letting me edit the 2nd edition of Speak Out. And thank you to everyone who submitted a piece of themselves through art or words. It's been a privilege to work with your content and share your journey into compassion. Sienna Marie.